friends, my name is Lisa and thank you so much for watching my very first YouTube video. I decided to just do it and start my Booktube channel, if you will. I am very excited to be here and I thought I'd kick it off with a Booktube newbie tag. So let's jump straight into it. The first question is, why did you start this channel? So I had the option of extending my contract at work and I decided that it is time to quit the corporate lifestyle and find my passions in life. I have loved YouTube since I was in primary school, and for reference I am turning 30 this year, and I have always just been too scared because I've been scared of what people would think of me. So people have opinions anyway, so we might as well just do it. I am also not a very creative person. Well, I guess in a sense I am, but I thought this would be a good place to have a creative outlet, if you will. I hope that makes sense. Somehow it makes sense in my mind. I also want to just help people start loving reading again. I see so many people on Book Talk and all of these places, and sometimes they have all these wild theories and it just feels like they are not reading for fun anymore, just for the stats. So I'm hoping that I can bring a love for reading back for people. Does that make sense? Yes, it made sense to me. Yeah, I have only read 8 books so far this year. It's just realistic for me for where I'm at in my life right now. I'm a mum of 1. He is almost 2 years old, and yeah, that's a bit realistic. It's just realistic for me, let's be honest. I cannot be reading 10 books a month. It's a bit unrealistic for me, but if you can, kudos to you, my friend, well done, because not a lot of us can do that. Not realistic, but if you can and you want to, good. Question number 2 is, what can you bring to YouTube that is fun and unique? So I would say my accent and being bilingual. I am a South African who lives in New Zealand. I tend to pick up accents quite quickly, so I'm not sure whether I'm trying to sound South African. Sometimes I sound Kiwi, sometimes people think I sound Aussie. I've had the occasional person who think I'm British. I can't really do a British accent, but I never claimed to be good at it, so we'll just go with it. And I also think what will make my channel quite unique is that it purely won't just be about books. It won't purely just be, see what I mean? Like, my brain tends to think in Afrikaans and it doesn't work sometimes. Yeah, it won't just be purely about books. It will also be about motherhood, reinventing motherhood, because I think there's a lot of, a lot of expectations around being a mum today, in today's society especially, and motherhood has been a journey. It's been amazing, but it's been a journey, especially as an immigrant. So this channel will be about my love for reading, but it will also be about how to navigate life after having a baby. Question number 3 is, what are you most excited about? So I'm most excited about building a community of people who just love reading and finding themselves again. I have definitely crawled a bit into myself, I would say, since we've moved to New Zealand. I always used to be an extroverted, bubbly person, and I think since we moved here, I have just crawled a bit into my shell, and it'll be good to connect with people who have the same interests as me. Question number 4, why do you love reading? So there's just something about living yourself into another world that just hits different. Reading is my happy place and my safe space. Yes, that rhymed. I also apparently make lame jokes, so have fun with that. Reading doesn't just mean one thing to me. It evokes so many emotions in a person when they truly love to read. You build friendships with people on the pages of the books. These imaginary people also teach you valuable life lessons sometimes. And I just love how reading can make me feel happy and sad at the same time. It makes me relax, and it becomes a place where I de-stress if needed. Reading has so many benefits, I feel, if you do love reading. And I believe, I know that was a bit deep. I believe it was George R.R. Martin that said, a reader lives 1,000 lives before they die. The man who never reads only lives once. So we get to live many lives in our own lifetime. The next question is, what book or series got you into reading? This might be a very unpopular opinion because I think there's a lot of mixed emotions around this trilogy, but it was actually the Shadow and Bone trilogy that got me back into reading. After I read Shadow and Bone, I kind of, jumped to ACOTAR, and it just kind of escalated from there, as we all do, So, definitely the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know about other people. A lot of people don't like Shadow and Bone. A lot of people love Six of Crows. I have a really hard time getting into Six of Crows. I've started reading that book about 2 or 3 times, so I think I need to be in the right headspace to read it. And I am about 65% through the book, so I'm just not getting into it, and I'm not loving it as much as other people do. But like I said, unpopular opinion once again. I think I need to try it when I'm really in the mood for a heist, just to read it when I feel like I'm really going to enjoy it, because I do want to give it a fair go. I do want to read Crooked Kingdom. I do want to read King of Scars. So we'll try again. Question number 6 is, what kinds of books do you like and what genres are your favorite? Generally, I tend to read more fantasy. I do love romance books. I tend to go on romance binges when I've read too much fantasy, so I can have a bit of a palate cleanser between them, because sometimes fantasy just becomes too much, even though I love reading it. Sometimes I just need, that little bit of a palate cleanser where I just get a bit of a break from thinking so hard of all the book world, or not the book world, the world building. I've recently started reading murder mysteries. When I say murder mysteries, I've literally read one and I really liked it. I read, I can't remember the name. We'll get back to that. I've been exploring a bit of dystopian, a little bit of sci-fi. So I think dystopian and sci-fi might become genres that potentially intrigue me a bit more in the future. I've also recently read a few cowboy romances, which I never thought I would, but hee-haw. There is, I'm too weak to read dark romance. I've read Den of Vipers, and after I read it, I kind of just went, what did I just read? So that one made me a bit uncomfortable. But to be fair, I did not read the synopsis of the book. I went into it completely blind because everybody said it was so good. And to say I'm scarred is, I think I'm too weak for dark romance, unfortunately. I like to read anything as long as the book is good. I have absolutely no problem DNFing a book. I just have to say that. If I don't enjoy it, I will just DNF it. Unless someone specifically told me to push through the book, I probably won't. Life is too short to read books that you do not enjoy. My top 3 favorite genres are probably fantasy /romantasy. contemporary romance, yeah, and I've really, like I said, gotten liking in like dystopian sci-fi type of vibes, so I'll probably be exploring that a bit more in the future. Right, number 7, when did you start reading? So I started reading when I was really young. I loved going into the school library, taking out some books. When I was really little, or when I was really young, my parents used to have this, I think you can call it like a Disney subscription type of thing, where you would get Disney books monthly. Obviously these books were Afrikaans, well not obviously, but they were Afrikaans because I am bilingual. I speak Afrikaans and English, and I used to love those books. I treasured them with my whole heart, and every time somebody comes and visits us in New Zealand from South Africa, I ask them to bring a couple of books over for me because I still have all of them, and I really want to, you know, read those books with my son when he's a bit older. My reading also kind of dropped off a bit when I was in high school and all out through uni. My reading really picked up again after we moved here, specifically during lockdown when it was COVID time, because, you know, what else are we gonna do? And the next question is, what challenges do you think starting a YouTube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think mostly being bilingual, because sometimes my brain thinks in Afrikaans when I need to speak English, and I just confuse the heck out of myself. So that might be a massive challenge for me. I'm also not very descriptive when I speak, so I also tend to say like too many times. I don't know what it is. I can't seem to get rid of it, but I'm trying and I'm working on that, so we will get there. Other challenges that I think we might face is, I think, being worried about a creative block. Sometimes I tend to get into my own head too much and it goes sideways from there, and then I just end up doing nothing. I am a procrastinator. I'm a procrastinating queen, honestly. Just that. My head just goes, well, what now? What do we do now? We'll just do nothing, you know, because apparently that's a good solution. Not really. And then question number 9 is, where do you read? Everywhere, anywhere, everywhere, all the time. Any place I can read, I read. I read a lot on my phone. I don't have a Kindle yet. I would really love to get myself a Kindle, but I try to read wherever I can. I prefer reading in a quiet environment, but I have a toddler, so that is not always possible. As you can see, my background isn't very aesthetically pleasing because, once again, I have a toddler, and I thought, you know, because this is a channel not just about books but reinventing motherhood, that we'll keep it real, because I have toys everywhere. My house is still fairly clean, I'd say, or not messy, but yeah, I still have child stuff, kid stuff everywhere, and unfortunately I can't be bothered moving everything around every time I have to do a video. So, you know, mum life. Woo! We love it though, it's fine. But I also tend to listen to audiobooks while I'm driving or while I'm doing laundry or cleaning house. Anytime. I love audiobooks, and if you are skeptical about audiobooks, I really recommend trying graphic audio. And the sun just went down, so my video might be a bit dark, apologies. Try graphic audio. It's literally like a movie in your mind. I recently started listening to most of their audiobooks, and it is so good. It has sound effects, you know, different actors are voicing different characters. It's really, really, really good. Highly recommend. And then the last thing is just my book collection, which I will show you in a minute. Right, I'm going to do my very best to keep my hands still, but that is pretty much my book collection all the way to there. I have that over there, and then I have this little section over here, and that little section up there. I've been turning around the books that I've either started reading or haven't finished yet. Like some of them up there I've done. I haven't done all of them, but yeah, I will do an in-depth TBR video as well, but that's pretty much all I have now. I don't have anything else laying around somewhere. Wish I did, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, so that's about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be making some more videos soon, and if you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe, but also no pressure if you don't want to. It's all good, but I'm happy you're here. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.